So in the last 365 days, I've analyzed personally over 10,000 ad creatives from some of the biggest and most successful brands in the world. I've also personally made over 1,000 ad creatives for our clients and spent over 7 figures on ad creatives. I've distilled all of that knowledge from all of the experience and all of the hours put into just mastering ad creatives, and I've come to a framework and a template that I'll be giving to you in this video that you can apply right after watching it. I'll be making a live ad creative with you so you can see step by step what are all of the actions that you need to take to make successful ad creatives in 2024 as well. This is no outdated BS. This is what's working in the market right now. No like old traditional UGC with like B-roll shots from far away. This is the stuff which is working right now. And the best thing is you don't need like a long script for UGC creators. You don't need to wait 2 weeks to get the content sorted out. You can use this, or you can use this template in this framework, which I'm about to share with you, with your existing content, and just start winning out these creators, which ultimately can lower your CPA, drive better performance, and scale your business. And that's my goal with this video, is to leave you with a clear view on what to do exactly after watching it, so you can see, okay, this is how I script my videos and this is how I edit my videos, and then you can go apply it to your own business right afterwards. And as said, this has come from analyzing over 10,000 ad creators, making over 1,000 ad creators myself with our team, and having spent over 7 figures on ad creatives. So enjoy the ride. I'll just reload this so you can see that this is an actual Shopify dashboard. But then let's just get into the meat. Let's get into the live breakdown and enjoy. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the actual live breakdown. And before I do, I just want to give some quick theory on this, because the ad format in Talk is in fact the non-narrated ads. So this is one of the formats which performs the best for almost all of our clients. Things which identify this format is that there is no speak, there is trending music, it has an aesthetic vibe, at least for most cases. There is a clear visual outcome, so the visual outcome is very, very important. And there is use of an aspirational creator, so someone the avatar or the people watching the ad could look up to. That's the first thing. That's just explaining kind of the format. Second thing is the actual process of doing this and executing this, and it's identifying an angle, then finding an outcome-based footage that you receive from your creators, mixing it with trending music, and this whole process should take no more than 30 minutes. So you can actually identify an angle, find outcome-based footage, and mix it with trending music with inside of 30 minutes. It doesn't take that long. If you're a beginner, or if you're new to making ad creators, or you have multiple people on your team, it probably will take longer than 30 minutes. But my goal with this video is just to show you how easy you can do this. The framework that we will be using for this video will be the hook, demo, and call to action. Again, super simple, and it doesn't have to be like overcomplicated when you're doing these non-narrated ads. You want the hook to demonstrate kind of or illustrate the problem. You want the demo to prove that you can actually solve this problem. And then you want a call to action which leads them to taking or making a purchase decision. So it just needs to sell, click, and then people will do the actual purchase on the after click on the landing page. So that's the kind of the theme, the process, and the framework. And now let's just get into it. So I actually have some footage loaded up from one creator for one of our clients, and I wanted to just go with that content. So we have all of the content filtered in these different folders. We have our scripting framework up here, which you can see, and yeah, I think it will just be good to do this live so you can see, okay, what's the actual thought process going into this, what's going on, how we will do this, etc., etc. So I will just start breaking down the content that we receive from the creator, and then I'll show you kind of my thoughts going into this. So you can see I'm actually in one of the client's ad accounts right now, and this is like the content that we usually make, which just generates super good results. So actually the best performing ad just segment after spend, one of the best ads here, again here, and just overall in the ad account, we have these types of ads that are actively running and actively working right now. Just to give some actual more context to the product that we will be advertising, it's a curling boosting set, and it includes a curly cream and a spray, which are meant to basically just help you get more curls. So you can also see a before and after photo right here. The product is actually good, and that's something that we also talked a lot about with the client, that most products aren't good, but their product is actually really good. So it is also easy for us in this way, and I have also seen in the content that we received that we actually have an easier time making a good ad creators simply just because the product is really, really good. But what I wanted to say that is that I've already done preliminary research for this brand. And of course, we have done that because we've sent out a brief to a creator, we've received content. You can use this method even though that wouldn't be the case and you wouldn't have a specific brief from creators. You just need to know your raw media files. So the most important thing is just you basically knowing, if I go back to the board, knowing your kind of like outcome based footage. So we already sent a brief out to the creators and we have the footage in here. We've split it up into sections, and now I wanted to lay out step by step in here the actual visuals and so on. So the first thing which I think about is basically I want to not make a script because you want to do that simultaneously while watching the content. But what we already have is like the brief with all of the content that we receive from the creators. I already have an idea of what the ad is going to look like already now in like my head. So the first thing that I want to do is to basically just look at section 1 because that's like our hook. And what I want to get a look at is basically like some before and after content, just like a visual outcome. So I think this shot, that could be good. Let me just see what we have here. Yeah, so this shot is much better because that's like a, what can you call it? She's showing how nice her hair looks, how curly it looks. So I would insert this into like first face right here and then say something like probably my routine for curly hair in 2024. And I would insert that over the top. The next thing, because you can already tell I have an idea of what this ad is going to look like, but the next thing that we want to do is go back to the section right here, and I'm not too mistaken if we have like a clip, so we want to have a transition from the hook to then the actual demo. So if you go back here, we go from the hook and the problem to the actual proof and the demo. So we just want a smooth transition from, if you say something like my routine for curly hair in 2024, you want to just have the step-by-step. So this is basically going to be more a step-by-step framework, basically a demo here of like she's proving that indirectly that you will get the result or you will solve the problem, which were kind of highlighted in the hook of not having curly hair, so her curly hair routine, and we will do that by the demo. So the next thing would just be to see what we have here. Yeah, so this is just a transition piece. Not really too much to say about that. It's pretty simple. Transition. Again, you could call this even a part of, like, it's a demo piece, but still. But the next part will also be a demo. So now we just want her to, we have the intro, we have the outcome-based footage first, which was the hook. So in the hook, we kind of illustrated, okay, this is what we want to have the ad look like. Or this is the outcome that we want as the avatar. Okay, so what I wanted to do is to basically go from the intro to now the transition into the demo, and now we need to show her just the step-by-step routine. So if I take a look, I really just want her to show that she's starting to use this product, so you can see her hair is wet. We don't want her to say anything again, and if you have footage of them saying stuff, that's fine, but let's just go with that, and then let's go back into the footage. I think we have some more good stuff in section 3. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so we want this actually to be instead because she's using that for her hair now. So we want that instead as like the of that footage. But if I remember here, this is like footage of her showing the product as well. Yeah, so she's showing the product here and she is basically applying it to her hair in the next clip. So that's a more natural like progression, I guess. In terms of like the content. So let's go back. I think, I'm not sure if we have more there, but this sequence of her applying it to her hair, it should be pretty long, or you should kind of take up most of the video because that's like the meat and use. But yeah, let's go back to section 4. Yeah, so this is the next step. So that's the second phase of like the spray. So I just want to insert that there. What do we have now? I actually just forgot something, and that was back here. We actually need to put this one down because I forgot the 3.3, which was this one, of her actually using the diffuser to just make her hair more curly. I'm not a girl, so I forget these things because I'm not used to doing this stuff myself. Bear with me, but nonetheless, we need to include that. And then the next step would be the transitioning to the actual sea salt spray, which she will apply to her hair, as you can see right here. Just clips of her smiling in nice lighting with the sea salt spray. So yeah, that's good, that's included now. And the next phase would be to go to, if we go to section 4 again, let me see what footage we have here. And this is again, yeah, just some outcomes. So we could actually include this right here. I think that would be good because it's just her smiling after applying it. So just smiling. What we could also do is just take a look at the section 5 that we have, because I don't know if I'd rather want her to be in the same sitting or same setting while like smiling, because it's like there's not that big of a difference between this clip and this clip between her being finished. So we could potentially look at if she just, yeah, so there's more footage of here, just like smiling, or I guess like looking at results, which is like the goal of this video is to have the outcome based footage. So what I will do is to take different parts of this and just insert it in. Yeah, but basically it will be a sequence between these different files, and I'll look in the editing what is the best to use here, but I think that one, this one I know is good because I took a look at the files before, so I'll include that as well. And basically we want just to fill this out with as much as like the actual step by step, and I will just get back to you once I've filled this out, because I think it will be pretty boring for you to see exactly what I press in here, but I will just get back to you once I've filled this all out. Okay, so I am back and I just filled out the rest of the video. I took a closer look at the actual footage from the folder and I just filtered it by first and foremost the script. So we actually just made a short script, which will just be the text on screen basically. And then I also gave some instructions in terms of how to actually structure the video visually with the clips and the exact like timestamps. You would do this if you have an editor on your team. They will do this themselves just with the cues, so you can see just simple cues right here. But I also included some time frames for myself, so I can just remember that when we go into editing right now. So the next thing is just to get into simple editing software. I will use CapCut for this example, so you can just show, you can see exactly what to do, because CapCut is the easiest, it's free, etc, etc. So let me just download all the files and get that into CapCut for you to see. Alright, so now we have the script and we also have all of the assets ready. So the next thing that we want to do is just to import all of the stuff that we just downloaded basically. So now you can see that we have all of the footage laid out here in CapCut, and I already named it, so that is much easier for me now to just go ahead and do this. So that's also why I recommend just doing that when you make these kinds of videos. But yeah, what we do need to do now basically is just to drag and drop stuff, mix it together, add the text on screen, add the music, and we need to match the music with the kind of the concept and the visuals as well. We need to have something which is aligned on all phases of the ad creative. So I will just start assembling this and then show you what I do exactly. So the first clip that we want to add was this one right here, and that was the actual just her showing her hair, and I believe we have it from like her shaking her hair, I think would be the best. So let's see this. Yeah, her being happy and shaking it, I think that's the best. And we just cut it like around there, and I'll just mute it because I don't want to listen to that. Let me see the next step. Okay, so next step, as remember, it was just this short little clip just inviting us into the rest of the video. This could be a little shorter, something like that. Next thing that we wanted to do was to get the clip of the curly cream. So I remember that was this one, and we just want her to basically there. Let's see how that looks. It's fine. That's the next thing. Okay, so it's her applying it to the hair, and let's see, curling, boosting. Let's see what's the next thing. I remember it's just her applying it to her hair, and let's stop it there, or start it there, and then cut it around there again. Okay, and the next thing I believe again was just her applying it to her hair. So we now have the outcome of just like happy aesthetic hair kind of just floating around, then the intro to the video, then her showing the product, and now we want her to show the actual like how to apply this stuff. So we get in. That's pretty like, you could show her applying it to her like the cream, but it's like we just want this ad to be as short as possible, so we just want her to show what to actually do. So that would be this part. Like what I'm doing right now is just looking for what's the best frame of her applying it to her hair, and I believe it would be, yeah, so I just think the kind of her going from one side to the other is pretty slow, which I think is a little lame, but that's that. But the next thing is just to, that was actually the part where we just mentioned all the features, the features with the products. Next thing would be for us to add the dispenser clip, and that was clip number 3.3. So I'll just go ahead and add that. Again, that's pretty self-explanatory. You just put that at the end. And if you haven't used CapCut before, it's really, really intuitive. What do we have? Okay, that clip is pretty wild. Not going to use that. Again, I think I'll just grab something from the beginning. So around there. And then just end the clip. Next thing would be for us to just get the sea salt spray, then a tiny bit, and then just mix the rest of this. So I will just show you once that's done. I'll just continue adding this in, so you can see. Let me just go back because that was a split cut. So first she shows it, cutting to her using it, so it will look like this. Then we need this clip of her just standing in the camera. Like that this clip needs to be a little longer because we just want to focus on like the outcome. And just close all these tabs, 5.2. And it's just her, again, showing her hair. So let's just put that in. Now let's see what's actually in the beginning of this clip, because I think that's maybe better. Yeah, we don't want to go too much into her just smiling. And next clip would just be, okay, next one is just the 5.4, shows the hair set. And then showing her smiling, being silly. Okay, so yeah, that's just in reverse of what I just did. Very nice. So let's go back 5.4 at that, and then again at the end we want to show her. So I'm just watching back the whole lot because this may seem a little weird right now, and it doesn't look like this will it's just a weird ad. But we have all of these different components, which together should come to something nice. And I want to show the next step. So this should be a little longer, and this should be a different sequence. So isn't there a better sequence here? Not too fond over that, but yeah. So the next thing that we want to do is have a really good sound over. And I know for a fact because we have some other clients which has like really good performance with this one specific sound. So let me just find that. And the one I'm talking about is the pretty sped up. It's crazy. This one right here is pretty good. So I will just download this music. Probably get some virus right now, but that's cool. I'll do anything for you guys. So I'm just out here trying to get a virus so I can make this ad creators for our clients, because you gotta do what you gotta do. If I think it will help the clients, I will do it. But let's go back in here and just add the sound, because now we have the video component together. You can see how easy that was to make. Like, it didn't take me that long. You can probably also tell that I'm not an expert in CapCut, and that's in fact because I don't edit the videos at our team. We have our editors to edit the videos. But the theory of kind of like having these sounds and these trendy sounds, okay, so that's the drop here. The theory of using these sounds is basically just to have like, we want the whole thing to, how do you say it, culminate in like an entry point and then an outro. So we need to kind of just match the music to the visuals. And this video is very much focused on the aesthetics, the outcome. And we just need to kind of create a feeling with people. They need to be left like feeling like they want to buy this. So let's see how it starts. So that's a bit too late. Let's hear. Baby girl, you are so pretty. Yeah, you can see I'm also starting to sing because that's just the song. So we want the drop to come at this clip right here. And then we want the next, like every drop we want to have like the next clip starts at the next like drop in the song, and like next beat drop. So this is cool right here. And then the drop, and then it shows the product. And then we want to show the next clip here. And then we want to have the next clip here. Let me just see, because we can even do like this and like that. See?
The only reason that I
This is getting a little long in my opinion, the ad creative. So I actually want to remove because I don't see the point in there being so much footage of her. So I'll just remove that one. And this will make it a little shorter. This I want. And I'll post the audio for you while watch this. That will be the call to action. So again, an outcome focused call to action. Let's cut the music there. Cool. So now we basically have the base of the video. I'll make this shorter so it just matches the drop. Just again. You could have it at that drop, but I just rather want to have it. So that could be the base of the video potentially. I don't know how I feel about this clip specifically. I think this looks a bit forced. I'd potentially rather just have that and then this. But for the sake of this video, I will just keep this as it is. But the next thing that we want to do is to now just add the actual text on screen. So this will be pretty easy. We already have the text laid out. We just want some default text here. The text that we will be using in this one will be, let's see if I can grab it in here. You can already see that I don't have my fonts laid out. So let's see. We want to use the Proximo Nova. As you can tell, I don't have it here because I usually don't do editing in CapCut. So let me just go with another text. We can use the system text. I think perhaps even that's like it's not the exact Proximo Nova, but it's like what comes closest to in CapCut. So we will use this preset style right here, and then we just go with whatever we set in the script. So we set here my routine for curly hair in 2024. I'll probably do like this, like that, and then I'll make it a little bigger. So how big is this? It's like font size 15, and I'll put it there. Then I'll have that one. I can already remember what this was. I just copied pasted this. So this would be let's go. Let's see how that looks. Looks weird otherwise. Okay, cool. And next thing was the curly cream. So that will just be on screen right here. Let's go back. Curly cream. Let's see how that looks. And we have these different pop-ups, and what we need to do now is then layer the text. So we have like, and I think they should all last until probably here. Let me see. When will she start diffusing her hair? That's there. Okay. So this will all last until here. This is just a very simple way of doing like editing and stuff, because you can tell I'm not a pro. So every person could do this because it's really not that hard. And then we do like, what was the features? The curl booster. Boom. Copy them. So we put that there. We put that. Boom. I would probably put this one up here. This one there. There. The almond stuff. I would put that there. And then the curly cream. And that's not curly cream, that's the macadamia. And I'll also just put an emoji before all of those. So I'll put the point right emoji. And because she is not a yellow human being, but she is light skin color, I would probably use this emoji right here. I'll go back. Okay, that looks crazy. I'm not going to do that. What about that skin? It just looks crazy on my computer. So this could be something to do with me being in CapCut. So let me see if I find a good solution to this. This emoji. Yeah, so this just looks completely foul. So I'll just leave that out, but it will start looking something like boom, 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 so just the features popping on screen. Not sure why there is a background there. Cool. And then the next one was then diffuse for even prettier hair. And we will just have that there, and we put it down here again. And we have the sea salt spray. Boom. Just setting that up. Holy cow. There. And then just a tiny bit. You can see how this is just fragmented into every single clip. And I'll probably just elaborate my thoughts on the whole thing afterwards. Tiny bit. See how that looks? Just a tiny bit, that's fine. Probably ended a little before. Then it's lasts all day. Lasts all day. And then it's, you need to try this. You'll love it. Oh, damn. You'll love it. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so I'll cut that here. Last all day. Routine. Okay, so now I inserted some text. Let's see how it looks now as kind of not the finished result, but just like as our new standard. So we have the music, we have the text, and now let's see how it looks live. Oh, just pull that up there. So this ad may not seem like the most overwhelming or complex, but the thing with these types of ads and these non-narrated ads, and I'll go back to kind of the drawing board right here, that they need to be so stupid simple. It's like the thesis of this ad and the non-narrated ads is that there is no speak, is that it highlights and it leverages trending music. It's mostly focused just on the aesthetics and the whole vibe. So you can see how the music kind of contributes to the vibe of it, just like looking aesthetically nice. It's focused on the visual outcome, so the routine and solving the problem by just having the proof of the demo, and then just a soft call to action at the end. So we don't want to force people into like, need to buy this, need to buy this. It's more so, this worked for me, this is my routine, this is how easy it is to use, and then have an aspirational creator which can kind of be the front figure of like, hey, I did this, this is how you can be like I am. And that's what drives performance. It's not like having hard sell, having like this very scripted B-roll. Let me find a picture. B-roll UGC of like people sitting on a sofa. And yeah, so these kind of clips of people sitting, like this also works in some instances, but this seems way more natural, which is why we want to lead with that. So this is what we use internally for our clients, and this is what we use to drive performance. And this whole process should not take much more than 30 minutes, 1 hour. As you become more and more proficient and start delegating this to your team, they can also just whim out these creatives, loads of these every single day. These are also some of the things which allows us personally, and if I take a look at the client's accounts, which allows us, if I segment it after spend, that you can see that our ad creators is in fact the ones which is spending the most in our client's accounts. And that's because we use these frameworks. That's because we think of these different things which just applies to all ad creatives and which will drive performance. So this is what I've come to after having studied over 10,000 ad creatives, having made thousands myself, and just having like spent over 7 figures on ad creators and just seen a lot of the stuff that works and doesn't work. This is what is working right now, these non-narrated ads, because you can spin them out all of the time. You can quickly identify an angle and just test it and just prove that you can actually solve the problem with a demo, and then just having a call to action. And you also prove it not only with the script, but also just with the outcome-based footage, and then enhancing that, mixing it with trending music. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or want to see the ad creator or want to see some more content, let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see. But yeah, that's it for now, and that's it for me. So thank you for taking the time to watch this, and share it with someone that you think would benefit from watching this. That's it. Take care.